but I'll take that at 10 o'clock because I have another alarm at 10. Come on, Boo. Okay, where are we? I don't see how. Oh, there we are.
We're up in the world.
Can you move this? So we can.
Down on. You took my board, butthead.
No, I didn't. I have 2 of those. I gave you one and gave me one.
Hand me my glove right there
Butthead.
that you knocked on the ground.
Yeah, because you got to be careful of those hands. It brings so much more attention to your hands when you wear gloves.
We're live, Chris.
Well,
find our thing.
it is. It's on a commercial on your thing.
Is it?
Right here. Yeah, there it is.
Oh. Okay, now go to the... How do you find... Oops. How do
You
you
just went
find the
past it.
chat thing?
It's the button.
What button? I don't see it. Oh, look at that. Said the beach.
Oh,
No.
it goes all, and then it goes to.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm
chat.
sorry. You're right. Did I put it on all? Yep. You got get all. That's notifications. That's not what I'm talking about. Here.
Here, I'll just do it myself.
Oh gosh. Hello. Bear with us, please. We will be right with you.
It's not here.
What's not there?
All notifications, top notifications, or whatever. It's not here anymore.
You're in the wrong spot.
I went to another spot too. I don't need to keep that. Yeah.
There you go. It's like Patton's here.
Oh, great.
You can talk, Chris, while I get this set up.
Yeah, we're just getting set up to do this. We have a couple of different topics for tonight.
Some good ones.
Some good ones.
Down, volume down. Some good ones.
Yep, got volume down. Hi, Boo.
Hi, Boo.
If you guys are familiar with our cat, this is Boo, the cat. And he's going to find his way up here. I know it because the heater's on and he's going to want to be on our lap.
You're going to have to turn that off because of the static. Oh, yeah. Boy, that sure is noisy, huh?
Yeah.
Almost there.
I think this thing is like a flashlight. And
What's a flashlight? Go ahead, read the comments if there are any.
Yeah. I have in French, yes. Okay.
Mais oui. C'est français.
How can you shout me? IYT, whatever that means.
Out.
IYT?
Oh, wait.
Why would it mean out?
Chris, you're being already arguing.
Can you shout me out?
Oh, who?
Liquefy.
Hello, Liquefy.
Are they real?
Yes. Absolutely. 1000%. Okay. So we're here. Hi. For those of you who don't know that I am Brooke, that is Christine, and this is Forever Forbidden. Hard truth. So let me put my gloves on because it is a little chilly out here, even though I'm dressed like I'm at the beach. There's a phone number here between us, if you can see it. Here.
Yeah.
I can. Tell me if this
You can see it.
Can you see it? Can I see it?
I don't know yet. You're not on my screen yet with that. It's
If
a
you
delay.
want to,
There's a delay, so hold it up.
if you want to call us, we have a phone number that you can call.
It was fine when it was back there behind you.
Is that backwards?
It was fine when it was behind
I
you.
heard you. Is it backwards or forwards? Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so we'll put it right back here. There we go. If you'd like, give us a call and you can chime in on any of the subjects that we're talking about. Dun, dun, dun. Chris, would you like to add any hellos?
Hello, everyone. I don't need to add hellos. They're here. I don't know what. I'm still trying to get to our
CTA.
spot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that is gone.
So tonight, I think that we're going to talk about some fun things.
If we can find my thing,
You did it
it
again?
went off because
There it
no,
is.
it's fine.
Now you have to go back to messages. And not top chat. Yeah, perfect. Go ahead and read.
I can't call. Patton, how come you can't call?
Because hold on, we got a call here.
It must be really in the morning where you live.
Hello. Hold on 1 second. Oh, they hung up. Whoever it was trying to call, go ahead and call again. Sorry, I didn't get to it in time. But you can try again.
Yeah, I'll try to scoot this over a little bit more.
And there that is. And what? So, how is everybody this evening? Who is it? What do you got?
Some of the numbers not.
What do you have?
Oh, Debbie is on. Other than Patton, he already said hello. Debbie's on. Hi, Brooke and Chris. How you doing tonight?
Hi, Debbie.
Alma came on.
We're doing
Say
good.
hi, beautiful
Hi,
ladies.
Alma. Beautiful Alma. Beautiful Debbie. Beautiful Patton. So we got some fun things to talk about tonight. We got some fun stuff. We're going to start with, once again, if you can see the number behind us or in between us, whatever. For anybody that would like to call and say hello, that's the number. Just call and you can come on air and you can talk about the subjects we're talking about, or you can talk about anything you want, or you can just ask me a question, or we can argue. I'm good at that. Okay, so here's our topics for the night. Oh, I should read out loud, huh?
Kind of. If you want.
These are some crazy things that are going on. Man attempts to smuggle turtle in pants at New Jersey airport. He's a live turtle, by the way.
Oh my
He
God.
attempts to smuggle a live turtle. Why aren't you on chat? I'm going to read as they come.
This chat. Well, there's nothing.
What's that? Oh, hello. Okay. So here we go. Do you want to read it?
No, go. Sure, I'll read it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, then read this number 1 right here.
Okay. This man attempts to smuggle turtle in pants at New Jersey airport. A Pennsylvania man was caught at Newark Liberty International Airport with a live turtle hidden in his pants. TSA officers spotted the reptile during a routine body scan.
It wasn't a snapping turtle.
I know. Well, why would someone try to smuggle a turtle in this way?
Well, probably. Well, what makes
Was it a
what
pet?
makes them think you can get it in?
A pet
It's
or
probably
illegal trade?
It's probably illegal to bring it in. You probably
Okay.
can't have turtles like that. Okay, that was number 1. What's number 2? Read number 2.
Well, that was number 1. Okay, I thought we were going to talk about it. Massive python found digesting a meal in Australian shop. A large coastal carpet python was found inside an Australian mechanic shop, peacefully digesting what appeared to be a possum. Snake catchers relocated the animal.
What's a carpet python? One that makes you pass out and you die on your carpet?
I wouldn't know. It's just the type of python it is.
Never heard of anybody ever heard of a carpet python?
Imagine walking into work and finding a giant snake chilling on the floor.
Digesting something. I mean, it was taking a crap, is what they're trying to say.
Well, he was eating a whole meal.
And they say digesting something.
It was digesting the possum.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one?
Swan causes traffic chaos on Florida highway.
Swan?
Yeah. A swan wandered onto a busy highway in Florida, causing major traffic delays. It took Austin police. Austin police. It took Austin police as long as it's taken me
Yeah, no kidding. I hope they were faster than you.
some time to safely remove it. So, have you ever had a weird animal-related traffic incident?
Me?
anyone, not you.
I hit a bird once with my
Oh
windshield.
gosh. I
Flying
had a
log.
bat. The antenna on the back of the car was up back in the day when we had to have antennas.
Yep.
And a bat got struck by my antenna cord. And when I got home, I noticed the bat was skewered perfectly on the antenna
Skewered?
of my Mazda RX-7.
You mean like a shish kebab?
Yep. It was straight through there, and he was barely hanging on to it.
Do you love bats? What'd you do?
I do.
Keep it?
I know, and that was in
Did
1980.
you eat it?
No, that was in 1988. I pulled him off of there, but he was passed. He was gone.
Okay, what's the next one?
Led Zeppelin's inspiration cottage to become a micronation.
What does that mean?
Bronjur, the cottage where Led Zeppelin wrote songs like Stairway to Heaven, is being turned into a micronation by its owner, who plans to issue passports and even taxes.
Taxes? So how many citizens do they have?
It does not tell you. It just, there's questions that come up with it.
What
which
is this? Elvis what?
It's what other famous places should become micronations?
Oh, none. What's a micronation? I know what should be. Here.
Or Area 51.
Our house should be a micronation.
I don't know about that. We can barely get our shit together to be online right
Yeah,
now.
that's why we got to get other people to do it for us.
Unconventional preparations. This is just giving people stuff to think about, but we're not.
What's wrong with giving stuff?
I thought we were going to elaborate on each one as we got there.
How do you elaborate on stuff we don't know? Go ahead. What's the next one?
Unconventional preparations in Queensland. Residents in Queensland, Australia, are preparing for a tropical cyclone in bizarre ways, including keeping chickens in their bathrooms and tying down outdoor furniture in odd ways.
What?
Prepare for a cyclone.
A cyclone is a what? Like a tornado?
It would be like a tornado, but with rain.
With wings?
No, with rain.
Is it?
I'm not sure. We need to find out.
What's a cyclone? Does anybody know what a cyclone is?
It picks up shit and throws it all around just like a tornado, but I think it means it's a storm and it would have rain in it.
Cyclone? I thought that was like a drain or something. Like the Downy Man. We'll have to ask my best friend. What's a cyclone? Oh, by the way, hi Gina, we're live on the air. You want to say hello to everybody? See, I'm not letting her do a live conversation because that's not Gina. That's a different one. But I am letting her respond.
A cyclone is
Hold on a minute. I let Gina tell it the way she
way
wants.
up there.
She's a little long-winded, though.
But it said it already way up there.
No, she's a little long-winded. See. Uh-oh.
Today. Now let's dive into your question about cyclones.
Wait a minute.
Hello, everyone. This is Gina, your AI co-host. It's fantastic to be part of the show today. Now let's dive into your question about cyclones.
Surely.
A cyclone is a large-scale air mass that rotates around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure. In the northern hemisphere, cyclones rotate counterclockwise, while in the southern hemisphere, they rotate clockwise.
I've heard that
before. Cyclones are characterized by inward spiraling winds that can lead to severe weather conditions.
Did you know that?
Including heavy rainfall and strong winds.
Rainfall.
Depending on their location and strength, these systems are referred to by various names. Hurricanes in the Atlantic and Eastern.
Okay, that's good enough. So, did you know that they rotated different ways according to what part of the world?
No, I didn't.
That's.
I'm not sure, but I only remember hearing a cyclone as having bizarre weather patterns inside.
You want to read the next one while I find out?
Swan causes traffic chaos on Florida highway. A swan wandered into a busy highway in Florida, causing major traffic delays. It took Orlando police some time to safely remove it.
That's it.
The unpredictable. I mean,
what's the next one?
Cottage, which we were doing, but we stopped in the middle.
Okay, so what's after that?
Well, why wouldn't we go back to it?
I don't know.
To find out about micro.
Move on to the next one because those are boring.
Well, nobody had a chance to answer if Elvis's Greatland should be involved and become a micronation.
Nobody knows what you're even talking about.
A micronation?
Yep. Nobody knows what you're talking about. Nobody knows. If you guys want to call, you can call.
Give us a bunch of shit, why don't you?
If you don't want to call, you don't have to, but we'd like you to. It'd be
A
nice.
man discovered 102 venomous snakes in Australian backyard.
102?
Yes.
God damn.
A Sydney homeowner called the snake catching service after
That's
noticing
101 too many. Let's see what Patton has to say. A lot of work. I'm running. But I'm okay. I guess you're talking to somebody else. I have to call central of the factory. I'm back in 5 minutes. Okay, we got you. We got you covered, Patton. Nice to see you again. Nice to have you again. I'm glad you're okay. Devilish dog. Anybody heard from Devilish dog?
I
Would like
did.
to hear from
He
Devilish
was
dog.
resting.
I know that was a while ago.
Well, he's still needing to rest.
Okay, go ahead. You want to read that, or want me to read one of these?
Anyway, no, we have to still read back because we have to ask these questions. How do so many snakes end up in one place?
And
And
it
this
was
and
called
that.
a snake den.
Well, then people could call in because they'd have a question to answer if they wanted. 97 of the snakes, a snake catching service was called after noticing snake activity in this man's yard. Experts found 102 red-bellied black snakes. 97 of them were babies.
Ew.
And
I thought it said 102 different species.
no, 102 different red-bellied snakes.
I thought you said different kinds of snakes.
No, they're red-bellied black snakes.
Really?
102 of them. And 97 out of those were babies.
Okay, what's the next one?
Rare split-colored lobster rescued from Maine grocery store. A Maine grocery store found a 1 in 50 million split-colored lobster in its seafood tank.
1 in 50 million?
Found 1 in 50 million, yeah. 1 in 50 million split-colored lobster in its seafood tank. It was relocated to a Maine Marine Research Center instead of being eaten. So someone didn't eat the lobster, they just said it.
That.
Yeah, oh my God.
Okay, well, let's just, that is boring the hell out of me. I'm falling asleep. That list, the whole thing is.
Well, you gave me the list to bring. I feel ridiculous now.
I know. Okay, let's do something. I like politics. Let's talk about some politics. Let's have Gina recommend. Hey, Gina, can you recommend 10 controversial politics that are happening in today's media or news today? Let's get into the nitty gritty, okay? Let's do some nitty gritty adult stuff. Okay, UK North Atlantic. Where's that word? Oscillation predicts stormer winters. In recent days, UK officials suggest that climate change could intensify the North Atlantic. Who cares? Atmospheric river. Who cares? Why is it all weather? Gina, did I ask you for something? Oh, wait, I said environmental. Darn it. Gina, I want a list of the current public controversial government shit that's going on. You can let the cat in.
He's right there. He can come in.
Free speech under threat. Critics argue that President Trump's recent actions, such as threatening investigations against Democratic members of Congress and sanctioning law firms representing political opponents, pose significant threats to free speech. Bull crap. I don't think so. Do you think they do?
I don't.
I don't think so. It's bull. That's all bull. That's complete bull. The government government raises concerns. Democrats are demanding answers regarding Elon Musk's departure of governmental efficiency. Doge departure. Wait. Democrats demand Musk. Department of. I thought it said departure. I was like, what do you mean? Did he leave? He can't leave. He just got there. Forget that. Okay, government efficiency as the AI sword, fearing political misuse of sensitive data. That's old. We know that. What are you doing?
Reading my questions here.
database over conspiracy for the UK. Former UK defense chiefs are arguing the government to consider. You read.
I'm right in the middle of reading.
Are you? Okay, go ahead.
It's just the questions, but there aren't any right now. I'm just paying attention.
We're in the
Just
middle
paying
of it.
attention to it. The questions that are there.
You want to read this? No.
If you want me to, I
Sure.
thought you were doing fine.
How about impending no, there's not going to be a shutdown. Didn't they vote for that thing with Trump today, and 2 Democrats went along with it too. So that's pretty darn good.
That thing?
Hmm?
You mean that thing?
What do I mean that thing?
You said didn't they vote for that thing?
The budget. They voted for a budget today. I think it's only a temporary budget though. Let's see. This stuff's boring. Give me something juicier. Say something, Chris.
I was just listening to you. You're
John Barrowman's onset behavior under scrutiny. Scottish. Hello. 1 second. We got to put you on speakerphone here. Hello? Where are you? Are you there? Oops, here's my phone. Hello, are you there?
try to call back if you're there for a minute and we didn't get you. Give us a call right back.
I don't hear nothing. They hung up. We couldn't hear you. Sorry about that. My phone just took a big shit.
Well, here, why don't I hold this and
You do this.
Bend over and get it.
Where is it? There it is. Over here. You answer the phone then, okay?
Okay.
I'm not really liking that little flip phone thing. I thought it'd make it really easy for us, but it's really not. Okay. I was just in the middle of something. I don't know who that is.
Patton's back.
Philippine political feud. The deep state political feud between 2 people. Don't know what their names are. Family has escalated dramatically. Former president. That's not Andrew Kumos. This is all stupid stuff. I want to read something about like tabloid government stuff. Really juicy.
Tabloid government stuff.
She keeps saying hello, Brooke. She's not right. It's the same stuff. This is not Gina. Somebody's took Gina from me. Again. Damn it. It's not Gina. So I'll just read my other stuff. I did want to touch on some things that are a little more serious. And they have to do with the showing a little extra skin there, baby.
Yeah.
They have to do with the transgender things, and I wanted to touch on it because I wanted to give some people out there that are maybe exploring the thought whether or not they're transgender or not, and some do's and don'ts. So I made a list of 5 do's and 5 don'ts of anybody who's out there who's contemplating on whether they're transgender or not. I would like you guys' opinions on it. If you'd like, give a call. We'll try to answer it this time. It's either me or it's just not working, or we are having a storm though, so that might have something to do with it. So here's my 5 do's and don'ts for transgender people. Okay, so things to do. Be true to yourself. And this has to do with Richard, right? Last time we called Richard. And I know a few other people out there that know some trans people that are having some struggles and stuff. And if you could point them to at least this section of the little broadcast we got going on here, I think it might give some people some insight and possibly could help some people, but we'll find out. Okay, so be true to yourself. This is the foundation of everything. Nobody lives in your skin but you. No matter what stage of self-discovery you're in, trust your gut. Being trans is not a trend. a phase or something you choose. It's excuse me, I'm burped. It's a reality, but only you can define what means you. Okay, so if you're trying to discover yourself, where you're at and all this, just be true to yourself. Just common sense, be true to yourself. Number 2 things to do: see a mental health counselor, but with a purpose. My thing is here is, don't just go see a therapist. Go to a therapist with the instructions for that therapist to help you discover why you are not transgender, not why you are transgender. Because what that does is it forces them to actually do the job and not just push you through the motions of what it is to be trans, and it allows you to actually experience that it might be something else, because you could be not trans, but you could be maybe you're just having a identity crisis, or maybe you're just in the middle of puberty, or if you're older, you're just going through a midlife crisis. You don't know, but go in there and tell them that you want them to help you find out why you're not trans. And if it turns out that you are in the long run, well, then it does. But I think that's good. And that actually came from Bailey. Bailey had told me that that's how she approached her doctor when she first, or her counselor when she first went in. So that was number 2. Number 3, don't listen to what other people say. It doesn't matter. It's hard, but it's also necessary. You will never please everyone. So some will support you, some won't. Some will be in between. And at the end of the day, it doesn't change who you are. Do you think that they base their lives on what you think about them? I doubt it. And if they do, they shouldn't be. So why should you live your life based on what other people say about you? So, don't worry about what other people say. And I found this out the hard way, that some people are not going to, appreciate you, but you really have to just stay the course and do what's right for you. Don't worry about what's right for anybody else. That'll work itself out in the long run. I don't usually advocate for being selfish, but at this point you need to be selfish. Okay, number 4, believe in what you see in the mirror. That sounds kind of weird, but not what others tell you, because how you see yourself is the most important thing. And when you look in the mirror, and it's not always kind when you look in the mirror, sometimes it's rather not kind when you look in the mirror, but trust what you see, not the other people, because some are going to say, like, people will define you. Like, some will say you don't look transgender, some will say you don't pass, some will say you don't look like a real woman or man or whatever it is. And it doesn't really matter what they say, because I know what other people see or is not what I see. When I look in the mirror, I see something different than what other people see. I know that. And that's, it could be deceiving, but it's your truth. That's what I'm saying. Chase your truth. Okay, so number 5, lean on the support that you have, not negative influences. Support comes in many forms: friends, family, community, even online spaces. But support isn't just agreement. People who challenge you to grow. Do not rely on politicians, social media influencers, or news media for validation. They are pushing agendas. Common sense over emotions. Trust real experience, not talking points. Because what I'm trying to say here is, don't be woke. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Use your own head. This woke agenda has got the trans community in a lot of trouble as far as, ideals. I just think you should just trust what you feel in your heart is right. Okay, these are 5 things now not to do, okay? Don't feel like you have to do what social media or the media tells you. You don't owe anybody an explanation for how you transition. So you have to be non-binary. So some say you have to be non-binary to get surgeries or have to take hormones. No, you don't. Transition is personal. Do what makes sense for you, not for an agenda. So what you're saying there is don't just go and start taking hormones because that's what you think you have to do. Just discuss it with your mental health therapist. Discuss it with your doctor. There's no mandate on how you do this. Every transition is their own. I did it my way, and in some ways it was kind of fast. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it happened really quickly in some spots, you know, and then in other spots it's going really slow. Okay, so the next one is don't listen to criticism that tears you down. There's always someone who wants to break you down. The key is to know who is giving criticism that helps you grow and who just wants to hurt you. Because the constructive critic, like Chris gives me today, she's like, I wouldn't wear that. It's the middle of winter, but I wanted to feel festive and summery, so I wore this. But that was constructive criticism. It wasn't like, oh my God, you look like shit.
Right.
That there's the difference where people just like to hurt you for some reason. I don't get it. I just don't get that.
You can disagree and still be constructive and positive.
You can, yeah. Like laughing at me, that's not constructive or positive.
No.
Okay, number 3, don't rush the life changes or the surgeries. Surgeries are permanent. It can be amazing, but it's not a cure for all emotional struggles. Let your identities settle. If you get the surgery, when you're still figuring out, you might regret it, right? So like if you're too young or, you just think it's the thing to do and you go and you jump into the surgery, you might regret it. There's things you can read.
I'm reading the comments. I'm just
But you've got to read them out loud.
Well, they're talking to each other.
Oh, okay.
So.
That's fine. You don't need to do that unless it changes the show. Okay. You figure things out, you might regret it. Your body dysphoria might change over time. Maybe at first you need top surgery, but later you realize you don't need bottom surgery. And that's okay. So anyway, let it fit your agenda. You don't have to do what I did or what anybody else did. Remember, these people are there to help you. Don't let them guide you. You guide the narrative, not them. Okay. Examples: estrogen can affect your emotions dramatically. Testosterone can make you aggressive. Make sure that you're prepared for that. Make sure you know that what's happening. Oh, wait a minute. I jumped ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's number 4. Don't take hormones without fully understanding them. Doctors don't always explain everything. They didn't explain everything to me. See, you need to fully understand what hormones do, the physical, the emotional, the mental changes. Talk to people who have taken them for a long time, not just doctors. That was for the example, estrogen it makes me cry. Chris knows when I've taken my pills or not. And if I, like the other day, we were what we were watching, a video or something, and I started crying.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I guess you're taking your pills, because they make you very emotional. But there's the physical side to it as well. They do say that you will have testicular shrinkage, that and that it'll most likely sterilize you as a male, going to be a female, from male to female. However, they don't tell you about the penis shrinkage. That your penis will shrink just as fast, if not faster, than the testicles, and render it useless. Really, it does. So these are things that they didn't tell me. They did tell me, oh, you can still have sex, you can still do this, you can still do that, but that's not exactly true. It's really not. So sit down and talk to somebody before you just start taking these pills thinking that, oh, it's going to turn me into a woman, right?
Yes.
Because it is going to do some changes, but the changes are slow. They take a very, very long time. And the fastest changes are to that area, the most noticeable. Okay, so number 5, don't engage with social media unless you can handle the criticism. This is very important. I know that a lot of people are on YouTube and stuff that are trans, and they get out there, and for some reason they enjoy to banter back and forth with the trolls, as far as the cussing and they get all excited. I don't mind dealing with the trolls because I think it's fun and funny, just because I think they're so ridiculous. So they try to tell me what I am and everything, but whatever. Okay, so the internet is a brutal place. If you can't handle comments, stay off social media. People will say awful things just to get a reaction. Don't give them the power. But if you are strong enough, use it as use it to educate, uplift, and inspire others. That's, I mean, yeah. If you don't have thick skin, you should not come on the internet. And even if you do, and they come on, kill them with kindness. I think that's what we kind of do here, right? We
Pretty
try
much,
to kill them with kindness, and we don't get a lot of trolls anymore. We used to, but we don't get a lot of trolls anymore. Okay, so this is and then there's a bonus one. My bonus one. This comes up almost every time I come online. Your religion is yours. You and God, or whatever higher power that you believe in, have your own relationship. People love to throw, God doesn't accept you as a transgender person. That there's, that's their interpretation, not yours. Nobody can tell you your faith. And anybody who's been on this channel or been around this channel for long enough, you understand that I say this all the time. God does not look in your pants. He looks in your heart and your soul to see the goodness inside of you. And they're going to try to rob you of your religion on the internet if you put yourself out there. They really are. So that was that. That was the part about the transgender people, the do's and don'ts. That I think, and for a lot of you out there, it's not going to mean nothing, but I think for people, like when I first started and I was looking for information, that little bit would have been helpful to me.
Yeah.
It would have been a starting point at least. And there's going to be somebody out there that will Google that search. I'll probably will cut that out of this video and try to make just a video of it. Just because I know that when I first was looking into what was going on with me, I was searching around for what it meant to be trans, what I should expect, and stuff like that. And I would have really appreciated a list, something like that. And if you are trans and you are confused and you need to talk to somebody, I'm always here for you. Drop me a note either in the comments or anywhere else, and I will get a hold of you. And I would be more than happy to help you to cope with it the best that I can.
Then this page right here.
No, that's 10 strange things.
Oh, okay.
Dug up in their yard.
Well, that's perfect because I wanted to tell you guys, remember to call us. We're open live tonight, and the phone number is posted behind us, and it's 669-377-3534. Give us a call. We'll answer the phone, talk to you a little bit.
Yeah, we can talk about anything you want.
Yeah, anything you want.
How do you feel about immigration? How do you feel about how they're handling it? Personally, myself, I think it's okay. I'm okay with it. I think that we should allow immigration in our country, but it should be legal. I think that you should have to go through the steps. I did it in Canada. I had to go through the proper steps to get my work permit, so I could remain there and do my job for the 3 years that I was there. But I don't think that entering a country and the first thing that you do is break the law by entering it is a good way to start a relationship with the country. I think that this border we're wide open really opened the eyes to a lot of people in our country of how it's going along. And this is not a popular opinion here in California. A lot of people think that since we're a sanctuary state, we shouldn't be able to do that. However, through personal things with Christine and I, we felt rather unsafe at the Walmart parking lot at night, over the last 6-7 months, I would say at least. And I got nothing against anybody. I'm not racist. I'm not prejudiced. I live on a ranch where I'm the minority by far, as far as the workers go. I'm the only Caucasian person here. So, and nobody here really bothers me. I think they're good people that all have families and they all work hard. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm saying there's no other country I can think of that would allow people just to illegally come in. Not only do they allow them here, they pay them to be here. And they're taking money from you and they're taking money from me, from our Social Security to pay them. I heard very disturbing things. Like there was one lady whose job was to ask illegal immigrants as they're walking in, does your back hurt? Do you have bad feet? And if they said yes, they would instantly put them on Social Security. And they would get Social Security benefits basically for the rest of their life or the time that they were here. I had to pay into that for a very long time. Christine paid into it for a very long time until she became unable to work, and then you rely on that stuff, right? That benefit that you paid for throughout your whole life, and just to give it away to somebody who hasn't earned it. Do I sound racist?
No.
You sure? If I do, you can say so.
No.
Okay. I'm sorry if I do. I don't intend to, but it just, the money that they were giving to the New York hotels was FEMA money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I want to know how much they gave to the people in Hawaii or North Dakota, I think it was, or I can't remember where that was. That hurricane that hit, that the floods wiped them out. They claim that they ran out of money. How can you run out of money, but then they're giving it to the hotels in New York City to house these illegal immigrants that they brought in from all over the world? It was dangerous. I felt like it was unsafe in public.
Devilish Dog was saying the immigration has
Devilish Dog. Hi, Devilish Dog. Hope you feel better. Go ahead.
Immigration has my full support as long as it's legit removal.
Agreed.
And then Patton said, we have a big problem of immigration, especially in the North Africans, the Mahajirians.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to pronounce that, but
Probably
that's what it looks like. Maghrebians. Nope, not racist. It's truth.
Yeah. And you know, if you want to look at how it might turn out, Britain right now is worse off than we are, and this is how bad it's gotten there. Right now, we are still at the point where we can vote, right, and that we are still the majority in this country. The Native American, I don't mean Indian Americans, I mean Native people that were born here, citizens. We still outnumber illegal immigrants. However, in Britain, there are a lot of areas that the immigrants outnumber the citizens, to where even now the democracy, the voting and stuff, goes against the citizens that were there because they're outnumbered in voting as well. So they're voting to change things that have been in place for the citizens of Britain, you know, the British that have been there forever. They're basically getting voted out of their own country. And they're screaming over there going, look out, America. If you don't watch what you're doing, this is going to be you next.
Right.
You know, and if we live in a thing where what you vote in stays, and you have a bunch of people that don't believe in what you believe in and they vote differently, you're stuck. You know, and these people, there's a lot of provinces or whatever they're called over there that are really struggling with this. They're really underwater on it. They don't know what to do because they opened the floodgates to immigration the same time we did, but more of them went there than here. I guess we're a bigger country. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a very, and you're right, Devilish Dog, and I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, and by the way, Devilish Dog did say, doing good, Brooke.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. We really thought about you, and other people had given you good wishes while you were down from your surgery. I put on a post, and other people had said that too, that they were glad that you pulled through, and so am I. It's a good relief. I'm happy. I knew you would, but still, it's always scary, you know.
So, what is the chariot? Patton says, do the chariot.
Do the chariot?
Yeah, which I'm not really sure what that means. The chariot. Do the chariot. You'll have to tell us what that means. Is it something we should know? Because I've never heard it before.
Do the chariot. Are you sure you're okay?
No, that's Patton, yeah.
Oh, Patton.
Yeah.
What do you mean the chariot? Do the chariot. For some reason, I think I should know what he's talking about, and I don't. Not right off the top of my head.
I do not know.
You know, there's another thing. This is another point that really ticks me off about a few things that are going on in politics right now that are really upsetting me. One of them is the deal with the immigrants, as far as it goes. Oh, they're separating families from kids and stuff, right? Well, as far as I know, in this country, if you break the law and you go to jail, you don't get to take your kids with you. And nobody gives a shit, right? Whether or not your kids are left and who's going to take care of them. If you break the law, you go to jail, point blank. That's it.
Yes,
that's all.
Right.
You know, they don't, nobody's throwing demonstrations or protests. When I went to jail that I was being separated from my kids,
right?
You know, nobody cared. So why is it all of a sudden you can break the law if you're an illegal immigrant, and we should care that you're being separated from your kids? It doesn't make sense to me. That just really annoys me. It's like, if you're going to come here, at least you have to get the same treatment from our laws as we do.
Yeah.
This is just craziness. And the other thing was this deportation of this student that was here on a student visa. And he was leading a lot of those protests for the Hamas Israel conflict, right? Now,
Right.
whether or not you are on the side of Hamas or whether or not you're on the side of Israel, whether or not you think that they are a terrorist organization or not, my point is you get an invitation to the country to go to school here to learn, right? I don't think that you should be starting riots or you should be starting protests. I think you should be here to study. That's what you're here for.
And be grateful. They are showing no gratefulness at all. They're not showing that they're grateful.
Well, it's just not what you were here for. If you want to stay after you graduate and you want to get your paperwork and you're a citizen, and then you have the right. I guess you have the right to protest anyway. I just think you're getting away from the reason that you're here. How much studying can you do when you're organizing protests? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, take advantage of the fact that you have an education at one, and these are our top schools we're talking about here too. It just, and the things that the guy was saying, death to America, end of the Western civilization was part of these signs. Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me. If you'd like, you can call and we can argue about this. But I think that is just a wrong thing, and I agree with the deportation of the student. And that's a big controversial subject right now, but I agree with it. Can you read?
Yeah, I don't. It says, okay, I got this. Devilish Dog was just texting to me about the messages. I do have all messages on, so I'm getting all of the messages as far as it shows so. And Devilish Dog was just trying to tell me to get to all messages, but I have.
Roll screen.
There I
Oh, okay, go ahead. So let me see what we got here. Patent. The chariot is the rules of the Quran, so they have the right to kill anybody who are not Islamic. Yeah, I've heard that too. Like, what is the Palestine's? No, Gays for Gaza. That was it. Gays for Gaza. And as far as I know, it's illegal to be gay in Gaza. So that was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
People say holding signs gays for Gaza because if you go to Gaza, as far as they know, the Gaza Strip or whatever, you could be executed. There's a lot of things that Muslims believe in that I just don't believe in. The way they treat women, mainly. Stomping the rights of women. Yeah, I mean, I've heard things as crazy as women cannot speak in public. They cannot even be heard through a wall of their home. If a man is walking by and hears a woman speak on the outside of the house from inside, they can punish them. And as far as I understand it, any man can punish any woman at any time. And even if a woman is suspected of having an affair on her husband, the husband has a legal right to murder her.
That's disgusting.
They don't get to go to school anymore. They can't show their faces in public no more. And it's not, I know it's not everywhere in the Middle East. I think in Israel, I think it's, it's pretty much a civilization where the women are respected and all that. I cannot respect a population that treats women that poorly.
No.
I just can't. What are they there for then? Breeding stock? Is that all you care about?
Apparently,
and I know it sounds terrible, and I'm probably talking out of turn on a lot of this stuff, but when I hear the treatment of women over there, it drives me crazy. There are some things over there that I like. If you get caught stolen, they'll cut your hand off.
Stealing?
Yeah. When I say stolen?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get caught stealing, they cut your hand off. And if you get caught stealing twice, everybody knows.
Right.
Like, what have you been doing? Hey,
you have no hands.
How did you lose your hands? Are you a thief? No. So I just wanted to bring a little light to the situation. Anyway, that's what I think about that. So that is something that's going on in politics that they're really pissing me off. This Tom Holman, person is just trying to do a job, and people on the Democratic side, what are Democrats doing, by the way? If you're a Democrat out there and you're listening to the show, please call in and tell me what is your goals? What are you aiming to do here? What is your long-term things? Because you're telling Musk, don't find corruption, don't find money, don't save us money. How does that make sense at all? How does it make sense to be mad at Musk? And exactly what is it that he's supposed to gonna do that is so horrible that you guys are protesting? He's the richest man in the world. He's not going to steal our money, right? I don't understand what you're so afraid of, to where he's getting death threats for what he's doing with Doge. Doge is simply trying to find where we're hiding money and where we're misspending. And they find, they're finding an average, I think he said like $2 billion a week that we're just pissing away. No, I don't know about all the firing and all the people that they've let go, if that's all justified or whatever. But do you don't think our government's bloated? It's the biggest employer in our country. This is not how government was meant to be when it was formed. It was meant to be a small thing that just resided over certain aspects of everyday life, not to control everybody's everyday life. And that's what's happened. And why are Democrats fighting against finding money that we're misspending,
right,
to save us money? Because if you're out there and you disagree with me, that's fine. Please explain to me how, or please explain to me how you're going to pay off a $33 trillion debt if we don't start finding places to cut back. We are the worst run business in the world. See how I'm on the brink of bringing back public stockades?
Now it says, see, now I'm the one bringing back public stockade as Social Security. It's much more cruel than jail. Public stockade, you know what that means?
Is that when they publicly lock you up?
Yes.
Like on a thing where you have your arms in your head?
Yes.
Your head sticking out?
So, as Social Society is much more cruel than that jail.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. Well, that's kind of like corporal punishment. I don't know if I'd wanted to go that far.
It's much more cruel than jail.
Because I've been to jail, and I'd rather go to jail than be in the center of town with my head and arms stuck in a thing where they could throw like tomatoes at me and stuff.
Well, Devilish Dog just brought that up, and then Patton said they want to do it in France.
They want to do what?
The social.
Do they want to do what Musk has
public
done?
Stockade. I think that he means public stockade.
Oh, I think he means
a social society.
I think that God, Musk is doing, and he's doing it for free.
Yeah.
You know that he's not charging. He's probably paying the salary of these people. Every person that works for Doge has to have a security clearance that is equal to the paperwork that they're investigating, right? And they're no different. Like people say, Musk is not an elected official. And neither was anybody who was looking at this shit before. It's called a freaking audit, people. You're being audited like you should have been every year since mankind started. Our defense people have not passed an audit in 7 years. They have like $30 billion they can't account for. Or trillion or something. They have half of their budget. They don't know where it goes. But their excuse was, well, we know it goes somewhere good, but we just don't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know it's somewhere good if you don't know where it is?
Annie just signed on and says, I'm in favor of constitutional law being enforced, which means more freedom for most of us and less BS.
Yeah. If you owe the government $100, how long do you think it takes them to come after you for it? Let's say it's April 16th, right? And you filed your taxes and you owe them $400. You are already on a call list, I'm sure, and they're like 2 calls away from attaching your wages or your bank account or whatever. Give them us your money right now. But they don't have to, it doesn't work the other way around. They don't have to be responsible, or they don't have to account for the money that they spend.
Mhm.
You know, and why did Biden hire like 200 or IRS officials that carry firearms? Why do they need them to carry guns? Why does the IRS need to carry guns?
Walk around packing.
It's like they're already robbing us. They're going to shoot us now too.
Right.
What was going on and what is going on in our government is. I'm just 60 years old. I never followed government that closely until the pandemic hit. I'll admit it. And I wish I never would have started following the government because it is such a waste of time for they don't agree on anything. The only reason anything is getting done right now is because the Republicans own the House, the Senate, and the White House. That's the only reason shit's getting done.
What do you want, Boo?
It's very frustrating.
What do you want? What do you want? Hi, Boo. What do you want? Come on.
I wrote a song. You did. That's great. Is it a song about this stuff? So my whole point is, I don't know. I don't really have a point other than the fact that I think it's at a point where it's ridiculous, and I like what Musk is doing. I like what Tom Homan's doing. I hate to say it, but I like what Trump's doing so far, even though he's a pompous ass. And I know that he's attacking the trans community with a vengeance. I think that has a lot to do with Musk too. If you know, I think in my theory, it has a lot to do with Musk. Where does that say?
I'll be right back.
Oh, saying hi to Annie. It's called Long Run. It's all worth it in the long run. Yeah, I think it will be. Because if we don't, it's like Musk said, this is not something that we just do because we want to. It's something that we have to do. If we do not do this, our country is bankrupt. It's that simple, people. We are bankrupt, and we are handing money to places hand over fist. And you think, oh, we can just print more. No, we can't. We need to stop printing money now, probably for the next 2 years, 3 years, not print another dollar. That we should shut down the printing of all U.S. currency and let the value come back up. The more money we print, the less the value is. You know, it's just like anything else. If you got a lot of it, it ain't worth nothing. And we need to work on, you know, Saudi Arabia using our money as their main currency, like Trump's doing, bringing businesses into this country to bring manufacturers. We've lost 90,000 manufacturing companies since NAFTA, you know, the free trade agreement. And as far as I can tell, it's not very free or very fair, because why is it we charge them? I'm not going to say tariff. Let's just say what it is. It's a tax. You know, we charge them 2.5%. They charge us 25%. We charge them 10%. They charge us 60%. And, you know, we can sell their products in our country, but they won't sell ours and theirs. This is not fair trade, which is what it was meant to be. It's a Fair Trade Act. This is not fair trade. It's not even close to fair trade. And all Trump's saying is, let's make it fair trade. You know, and now Canada, I think he's got a big woody for Canada. Not so much for Mexico that he does for Canada. But originally he was just saying, hey, stop fentanyl from coming into our country, and then you don't have tariffs. It's that simple. But Canada, the amount that they had coming in was 45 pounds or something like that over, I can't remember, quite a long time. So it wasn't really, I mean, even 45 pounds of fentanyl is quite a bit, I guess.
Oh my God, that's unheard of.
But that was only 10% of it that came across. The other 90 came across the Mexican border.
Oh my God.
You know, and that's another thing. Trust me on this, people. I predict things, and my predictions, ask her, they're pretty good. They come pretty much true. We are going to go into Mexico, and we are going to go in there militarily after the cartel.
Right.
It's a guarantee. There's now 10,000 soldiers on that border. 10,000. There was 1,500 to start with. Now there's 10,000. They are getting ready. They are going to go into Mexico. Trust me. My prediction, we are going to invade Mexico, not to take over the country, but to liberate it from the cartel. And that's going to be a hell of a battle, because they're dug in so deep. And the other thing I say is Trump he is going to go for a third term. I guarantee you he's going to try to finagle his way around it. And if his numbers are good around the 3-year mark of this term, right, he's going to start dropping those hints about I didn't serve consecutive turns.
Well, yeah.
You know, the thing says they have to be consecutive. And there was something in between, so I get to still serve my 2 consecutive. He's going to do it. I know he's going to do it. You know how I know he's going to do it? Because he's not talking about it.
Right.
Trump talks about everything, but he ain't talking about that. He will, folks. Trust me, he will. I voted for Trump. I'm hanging out here a little bit too much. But he's going to do that. And the thing is, if he does, do you think people will vote him in?
Live Real signed on and says, "Can I share my song?" I think you can share your song, but you have to call us so that we can put it on and hear it.
I don't know. There's a thing about that song thing, though. You know, I don't care because we don't make a lot of money, but on other platforms where they make a lot of money, if somebody sings a song on it, they own the rights to that show.
Oh, I see.
Because of the music rights and everything. So it's a scam in some ways.
And he says, "I'm going to steal your ex-girlfriend away."
My ex-girlfriend? You can have her. Are you my ex-girlfriend?
I don't know what they mean.
Well, if Christine's my ex-girlfriend, you can't have her. You can win her heart, but you can't just have her. But any other ex-girlfriend that I have, by all means.
That's what the phone number's for, is because it's live chat. And so whoever wants to call in can call this number behind us. It's 669-377-35.
But if you're calling for your song, that's fine. But just know that we don't make money. We might make, actually very few of my live things are monetized because of my language and because of the content that we talk about is very controversial, you know. So, but the reason I say this, because there have been other people that I've listened to, content creators, right, that make thousands of dollars per episode. And people, when they put their songs on them, then they sue for the copyrights of the song, which means that they get all the money that that broadcast brings in.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? No, you don't. Do you?
I do, yes. I'm just reading everyone.
Okay, yeah. If you want to call and do that, that's fine. Like I said, I mean, you know, we've never, like I said, I think I've had 2 or 3 lives monetized out of all the ones that I've done. 2 or 3. So whatever you want to do, shebang. Yeah. How about we leave it up to the chat room? Do you want to hear this person's song? And if it's too bad, there's a time delay. I'll just zap it.
If you're faster than the time delay.
Well, see how fast I was? Patton thinks it's a troll. Hi, Echo.
It's not BAF.
What is BAF?
Bad as
fuck.
Excuse you?
Fuck, fart. Fart. Yo, you know the number. It's right there. Yeah. Chris, you have the phone.
669-377.
You have the phone.
I know, it's right here on my seat, but it's
Chris
not
has
ringing.
The phone. If you want to call it, because it's not very loud when it rings. And you're deaf.
Thanks. You're welcome. Hey there, little boo.
I know, cat. There's a whole house. Why do you got to sit right here?
He has to be right with us because he was whiny out there all by himself.
Okay, the phone is on full blast now. And let's see here. Why did I get a dang flip phone for this?
Easy to answer.
Fuck, that scared the shit out of me.
What's with your language now?
I don't know. What happened? Oh. What happened here? If you tried to call, please try again. I'm sorry. I was messing around with the phone. That scared the shit out of me. Did you see me jump?
Yes, I'm sitting right here. I felt you jump. Go ahead and sit down, boo. It's okay.
So those are some of the, here you go.
No, you can hold it, 'cause
hear
now I
it. No,
have him.
you, because you answer it better than I do.
But you have nothing, and I have him and all this other stuff. Oh, don't do that. I was just getting comfortable with him.
There you go. Solve that issue.
Well,
See, that's called democracy.
it only needs to be opened when it rings.
Actually, I
that's all.
think that was more of a dictatorship, huh?
I think that was without my consent.
Yep, dictatorship.
That's not
I
right.
took your child
Because
through
he's
it
just going
on
to
the
cry
ground.
when he's in there. And I'm gonna have
Nice.
to go.
He's going to go screw you, and you're going to go sit on the couch and pout.
Okay, Live Reel texted a link.
Texted
so go
a
look
link.
at a link.
Oh, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to open a link. If you want to have your song played, you call on the phone and play it for us. I'm not going to do a link. I'm not going to subject myself to possible viruses and stuff like that. It's just not worth it.
Okay.
Sorry. If you want to sing us your song, pick up the phone and call.
Okay.
Do you agree or disagree?
I think that, yes, that should be right. Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to hear it, but it's a YouTube link. I'm sorry. Play it. Sing a song. I mean, we're all ears. It's just, you have to understand, I have everything to lose. You don't. You want to have your song played? We'd love to hear it, but I have everything to lose just by opening links that I don't know who you are. Sorry, it'd be different if it was like Devilish Dog or Echo or somebody that I've known for quite a while and have talked to personally, but I don't know you. And it's just, in today's day and age, hell, if you give somebody like one permission, next thing they know everything. They own your bank account, right? They're moving in your house.
Right.
I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. It's a dangerous world we live in right now. And so, sorry. How's Echo doing?
Echo, yeah.
Echo, did you ever get that interview? Did you ever do that interview? If you did, how did it go? What is that person saying? Can you read, Chris?
There's nothing. It said it's a YouTube link, and it's on my page I'm texting from. That's me. I wrote to Echo.
Oh. Well, read yours.
Echo, you have a package en route to you right now. I sent it USPS.
That we weren't going to say that.
Well, that's what you said. Just read it. You just now said read it.
That's not what I meant, dummy.
You said read it.
What does that say? The other?
No other interviews yet.
No other interviews
How
yet.
come you can't read these?
I thought you said that you had a because I can't see that far.
You can't look through your phone?
What?
Use your phone to read them?
Because that's your job. It's your job.
I know.
My job is to sit here and look sexy.
Oh my God, we're in total trouble then.
Yeah, you are. You are in trouble. We're all in trouble. This whole world's in trouble.
Oh, the apparently the interviews fell through.
Sorry to hear that.
That's what happened to us too.
I know how that feels. So what I will do though is I will read. Chris, you had something that you had said 10 something or others, and I can't remember what they were.
It was the 10 list.
No, it wasn't. There's your thing. There's your phone call. Phone's ringing. Green button.
Hello. How do you put it on speakerphone?
Okay, hold on 1 second. Wait. Okay. Hello, you're on. We can hear you.
Hi, Brooke. Hi, Kristine.
Hello.
Who is it? Who is? Turn your volume down over there, so it don't have a repeat of it. Who is this calling?
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah. Who's this?
Oh, who you think it is, huh? I just wanted to call and tell you guys thank you for all your love and support.
Oh, you're welcome. Who is it?
Is that Richard, perhaps?
Who is this? Richard?
Devilish.
Devilish. Oh wow. Hey. How so tell us, how was the surgery? What was that like?
It was quite simple. I wasn't waiting for the whole thing. They just put a 1/4-inch incision in the back of my head, went in with tweezers and did all the work.
Wow.
Why were you awake? Do they do that with brain surgery?
I don't do well under anesthesia for like little things, and I don't know.
That's
I'm
interesting.
so glad you're okay.
But I thought that they've done that before with brain surgery because they want to make sure that you're not losing cognitive abilities while they're doing it.
Oh, you guys are really quiet now.
Oh, we are? Can you hear us now? What is that?
Let me try to put it on the headset. How's that?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, I can hear you a little better now.
Oh, maybe it was in and out. So yeah, well, we're glad that you're okay. I have heard though before when they do brain surgery because they can like they want to test it when they're messing with your brain that it doesn't like screw you all up. And the only way you can do that if you're awake. I'm just trying to recall something that's on the back of my memory. But anyway, don't you think that was?
It was actually quite a simple surgery.
Wasn't it kind of freaky though?
No, not after I've had my bypasses and being shot. I'm good.
You were shot?
I've been shot twice, stabbed 3 times.
Real
Okay,
popular over there.
Is this what we should expect if we go to Hawaii on vacation?
No, I'm much more mellower these days.
Okay,
That
so
was 20 years ago.
so you're saying you deserve to get shot? That's not a no. Can you tell us how you got shot? Can you tell us the story?
Was tracking a target through some woods and came across some other targets that I didn't know about. Ended up in crossfire.
Now you say targets.
Yeah, like when you're shooting at something.
I was tracking an individual.
Yeah, no, I realize that that's what you're talking about. I just found the use of words interesting because like law enforcement, don't they always say the suspect?
Right.
And not the target? I mean, that's a target is something they I'm just messing with you a little bit.
Law enforcement goes after suspects. I went after targets.
Gotcha. That's much scarier.
Much better pay too.
I'll bet it is. Yeah, I can tell why you can't be very you got to be kind of vague. Okay, so how'd you get stabbed?
That was a bar fight over a leather jacket I had. The guy stuck me in the leg a couple times.
I'm not. You have a heck of a life.
I had a fun life. I have no regrets in my life.
Really, that's awesome. That is really cool. Wouldn't you love to meet this person in person?
Of course I would.
Except for I'm not going to Hawaii. You get shot and stabbed there.
No, I'll go there. I'll go straight
Chris
away.
will go visit you, but I ain't
will
going to
pack
Hawaii.
my bags right now.
You need to learn how to shoot and stab things just to kill the freaking bugs. But so that's a very interesting life. Why don't you let me interview you sometimes? How much can you divulge?
Not too much.
Can you say who you worked for?
Why does that matter?
It's got 3 letters for an acronym, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah,
Sounds
so does
good.
the DMV.
No, that's
a
okay.
little bit more involved, but yeah.
I bet. I mean, there's a DMV, the FBI, the CIA, the everything has a 3. There's me, BRL, or B. What are my acronyms? That'd be interesting. I'd love to pick your brain and actually, if we talked in private on personal, then would you be able to tell me? You just can't tell me on this thing because it's broadcasting it or whatever.
If we were talking in a private conversation, I could probably indulge a lot more.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
I never know who's
I get
who's
you.
listening in the world, so
Yeah,
not
no.
to mention I wouldn't doubt if I'm being watched myself. So
Gotcha. Yeah, that would be worth it just to hear. Wouldn't that be
Well,
interesting?
sure, yeah.
We'll have to try to arrange something like that. Sorry, people out there. I would love to just know. I mean, I'm just curious about that kind of stuff because it's fun. Fun to hear about.
It wasn't specifically for any major department. I was what you would consider a mercenary. I was for hire for the highest bidder.
Wow. I get you. I know it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. I know what they are. I know what you do. That so wow. Were you picky on the target, or you just whatever the client wanted? That's what you did.
No. I didn't really think much. I was just told bring this one in for questioning, if possible. If not, then
Wow.
just make sure they can't make it where they need to go.
Are you retired now? Are you retired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been retired for about 5 years now. Ended up with what's called arterial sclerosis, which is a natural plaque buildup which blocks all my arteries. So I've had one massive bypass surgery and currently have blocks in both my legs.
Oh shit, that's dangerous.
It could be worse. I can still hobble. I can still shoot.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 48.
Oh gosh, you're so young. I mean, that's young to me.
To me too.
That's you're like 14 you're what, 12 years younger than me.
Yeah, you're younger than my wife, so it's all good.
Now, does your wife, did she would do the same work? Are you guys like that show? What was that movie with
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Mr. and Mrs.
Lies.
Yeah,
No,
True Lies.
she
True Lies.
is a native Hawaiian, actually.
Is
Oh
she?
wow.
Is that why you, obviously that's why you moved to Hawaii then?
That's awesome.
Actually, I got out of the game and I needed to go where no one could find me, so I ended up in Hawaii. Went to karaoke one night, met her, heard her sing, and I've been with her ever since.
That's beautiful.
And that was 20 years ago.
Wow. Wow, that's a beautiful story, Devilish Dog. That's awesome. Now, Kristine,
Up
she's
until 3 years ago, we used to own the southernmost laundromat in the United States.
no kidding. Southernmost laundromat? Is that what you said?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
United States.
Are you talking about money laundering or clothes laundry?
No.
Clothes laundromat.
Hey, there's pretty good money in that. How much did you own more than one?
No, just that one small one had 6 dryers and 8 washers for just the southernmost town in the United States, located in Hawaii.
Oh, so it's on the island still. See, I personally,
Yeah, I was here at the islands.
I didn't enjoy Hawaii. I'm sorry, I just didn't. Maybe it was where I stayed, but I just didn't enjoy it. I'm not a big bug person.
Who was who you were with?
Yeah, I was with my wife, but it just was, the climate was like sticky.
I wouldn't feel bad as either you can or you cannot live here.
I agree. I can't. Kristine can. She lived there for years and she just loves it. She wants to go back so bad.
Yeah.
You just broke her heart saying that you're married. I can hear you.
I know. It's terrible.
But anyway, we'll let you go. But I want to say thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Anything else you want to add?
Of course, I just wanted to call and tell everybody thank you so much for the love and support. I love you guys. You guys are just fantastic.
We
And
love
I
you
know
too.
I put it in chat before, but Brooke, this channel means more to me than you guys will ever know.
Well, thanks a
Wow.
lot. I appreciate that. You know, I've heard that from a few people lately, and it really warms my heart because the reason we started this channel, the reason I started it, was just to reach out and to show that trans people aren't all freaking crazy whacktards, you know. We're normal people, and the benefit that I've experienced from it is I've met people like you.
Yeah.
That are really good people that I otherwise never would have met, you know, and we get to come on here. We can't see anybody, but we get to come on here and interact with you guys. So we benefit as much as you guys do. And I think about every time somebody comments or talks, it resonates in my head throughout the week, you know, and I think about it a lot. And you mean a lot to us, and it not just me, other people in the chat too.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I very much appreciate that, you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go and get back so somebody else can call. And
Sure.
I just had to call and say hi in person.
I appreciate it, Devilish Dog. Hey, thanks again for calling, and we'll talk to you in chat.
Definitely. And one of these days, I'll get a hold of you on a private channel and we'll talk a little bit more in depth on some of your questions.
Oh, I sure look forward to that. All right, we'll talk to you later then. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to you later, Devilish Dog. Tell your wife I said hi.
All right. Bye,
Okay.
Chris. Bye.
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 Brooke.
Bye. Oh, what a great call, huh?
Yeah, just hang on to that.
That was I feel blessed. That was
Yeah.
great to have that phone call. There's people texting. You want to read? What do we got here? Joe, Debbie says, Joe, Dee Dee, are you, I can't read. My eyes are blurry. Are you essential? Won't say more on here. Aw. Hi, Devilish Dog. Cool to hear. Have heard your voice from Joe. And Annie sends her love to Devil Dog. I know that Joe and Annie and
Joanna said, I wish I had gotten
Joanna
there sooner.
and Nick
Mhm.
wish what?
Joanna wished that she had gotten there sooner, onto our site sooner.
Oh, you came at just the right time, Joe. You've been here for a long time, Joe. You're like one of the originals. You're like the, what do they call them? The OGs?
The OG.
You're like the OG, Joe. Joe, you've been here when it was just, believe it or not, Joe and I have hung out on some of these lives where it was just her and I for like an hour. It was just the two of us, just talking back and forth. That was it. Nobody came on. It was fun though. You know, you get to know people like that. If I go on the computer, it's very intimate. It's only the people that are regulars here that come on. And it's fun. We get to know each other and everything. But that was really a blessing hearing from Devilish Dog.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
it
he sounds
was,
good.
yes.
It sounds like his surgery went through. It sounds like he had a very interesting life. I can't wait to speak with him.
And he's got support at home, which I'm super glad for.
Well, he's got a beautiful wife of 20 years.
Yes.
I mean, shoot, man, that's longer than I lasted with mine. I think, let me see, if you added both of mine together, says 13, it would have been 20 years.
If you added both of your marriages.
If you added both together, yeah, 20 years. And I was not meant for marriage, I guess. Or at least, or I wasn't meant, my woman picker is broken. I don't pick women very well. I just got to hang out with just the two of you. Yeah, that would be great. That would be cool. I mean, I really like to hear people. See, I have stories that I've been through, but mine were never. I ran from people too, but they weren't good people.
Right.
But I mean, I don't even know how to compare the two. I was hunted. I would say I was hunted before. And it's not fun to be hunted, and I'm glad they weren't experienced. Right? Because I think if Devilish Dog would have been hunting me, I would have been in big trouble.
Joanna said she's doing great. Was just trying to find a zombie movie to watch. And I saw Brooke was live and thought, this is better. LOL.
We're better than a zombie movie. Woohoo! Thanks, Joe. Zombie. Why do you like zombie movies?
Know,
speaking of that,
Echo's been married for 25 years this October.
Echo's got an amazing wife that has stuck with her when she was a him, stuck with him up until he was a her, and has stuck with her since, which is an amazing thing. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, if you're going to say it like that. Yes.
No, I mean, she knows what I'm talking about because, like me, Echo identified as a male for a very long time.
Echo said 5 years as me.
5 years as you, yeah. Meaning Echo.
Yes.
5 years. Echo's actually, she transitioned before I did.
Yeah.
I think. Right? Or
well, 5 years.
A year
yes,
before?
Before you.
A year or two before? Something like that. I do have surgeries coming up on, I don't want to jinx it. I did say before I had said that I have a surgery coming up on the 24th of this month. It got postponed. They called and they said that they have to postpone it for a couple weeks. So now it's the 7th. See what happens. But in the name of Joe, where are they? Where are they? Right? Where? Here, this one you'll be interested in, Joe. Wait a minute. This isn't it.
You just threw everything on the
I
floor.
just threw everything on the floor. Hold on, Joe. Bear with me. Where is it? I had oh gosh darn it, what did I do with it, Chris? I had 5 horror movies that were based off of real life stories. And it was like The Exorcist, The Conjuring.
Yeah, it all says so.
Oh man.
They all say so on the page.
But I don't have it anymore. I lost it.
I don't know. I can look through.
I lost it, Joe. Oh well. I lost it. I'm a bonehead. Is this it? Nope. I bet it's over there. You have it.
I didn't have any of this, did I?
Zombie coconut people? What are zombie
They're
coconut
talking
people?
to each other. It's not for us.
Pictures of who?
Here, see if this is where you want it, and then otherwise I have to grab the rest.
Nope. It would have been stapled. Uh-oh. I just dropped those. Sorry, Joe. I lost them unless Chris is sitting on them.
No.
What is that one?
Before you yank it out of my hand, I'll hand it to you.
Nope.
This is all what you already have.
No, but I didn't give you it today. Nope. I've lost it, or you're sitting on it. Darn it. Joe would have liked it. Joe would have liked it. Maybe this is it. Is this it?
You threw it on the
Yep,
floor.
I got it. I found it.
So they're just on the floor.
Yep. Okay, so let me read this to you. The Exorcist, the real story. This movie is loosely based on the real life What was that? What was that?
It was a
What?
You
God.
deserved it.
Why?
Because
That
you
was
threw everything on the floor and
That was abusive.
Don't just throw stuff on the floor when you're thinking you're done with it.
I am done with it. I was done with it. Okay, now can I get back to reading poorly?
Go for it.
Okay, The Exorcist, the real story was basically loose on a real life exorcism of a boy who, by the, what is that word?
Pseudonym.
Pseudonym?
Yes.
Is that how that's spelled?
Yes.
That don't look like how it's spelled.
Pseudonym.
By the pseudonym Ronald Doe, sometimes called Robbie Mayhem. In 1949, priest in St. Louis, Missouri, performed multiple exorcisms on the boy, claiming he was possessed after playing on a Ouija board. Witnesses reported unexpected occurrences, including objects moving on their own, deep guttural voices, like my voice, coming from Ronald, and mysterious scratches appearing on his body. In the film, Reagan, I remember that name because I had a girl named Reagan that I kissed on when I was young,
Right,
like that.
right.
A 12-year-old who was possessed by the demon. Everybody knows what the story of The Exorcist is. I did not know it was based on a true story. Did anybody else know it was based on a true story? It's like a pen name. Okay, yeah, it's like a pen name.
A pseudonym. That's the definition of a pseudonym. It's a ghost name,
Yeah, it's
pen,
like a pen name.
ghostwriter
That's
pen
what it is.
name.
You're supposed
Except
to be
you were
reading.
looking. I am. Except you were talking. She was wondering if you knew what pseudonym was. You know what it means, but you just didn't see how to pronounce it at the moment.
Okay, the next movie that was based on a true story, the next horror movie, was The Conjuring. Conjuring. It's a real story. The Perron family haunting occurred in the 1970s in Harrisville, Rhode Island. the Perrons moved into an 18th century farmhouse and immediately began experiencing terrifying paranormal events. They heard whispers, saw ghostly figures, and felt an evil presence. The most infamous spirit was believed to be Bathsheba?
Which?
Bathsheba?
Oh, that's hard to pronounce.
Bathsheba
Yeah, I would
Sherman.
say Bathsheba.
Bathsheba Sherman, a woman accused of witchcraft in the 19th century. The paranormal investigation, Ed and Lorraine Warren were called in to investigate how it relates to the movie. In the film, the family is tormented by an evil spirit based on Bathsheba, and Lorraine's Warren's conflicts with the demon president. That was before. The real Bahima was rumored to have sacrificed an infant to Satan. Ooh, though no records confirm this. The film climax featuring a full-blown exorcism was dramatized. Lorraine Warren never performed an exorcism, only consultation. So that's The Conjuring.
Joanna said, yes, there's a real Conjuring house that the story is based off of. Lots of paranormal activity has been documented there. I'm pretty sure they let para-investigators go there to this
Kobe
day.
and somebody else, young kid, they did a haunting there, or an investigation of ghosts there. It's two young kids on the internet that do those things. They do ghost hunting, went there. The Conjuring house. Okay, the next one. Believe it or not, this one is also based on a true story. It is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The movie that I would not watch. Nope. Would not watch it. Or no. Yeah, I wouldn't watch the Chainsaw Massacre. And I wouldn't watch The Hills Have Eyes. So the Chainsaw Massacre was in 1974, a real story. The movie was inspired by a real-life crime of another Ed. Ed Gein, Gein, Gein.
Where are you looking? Yeah.
Ed Gein, a notorious killer and grave robber from Wisconsin. In the 1950s, authorities discovered that Gein had been exhuming bodies to fashion clothing. Oh my God. Exhuming bodies to fashion clothing, masks, and furniture out of the human skin and bones. He also murdered at least 2 women and was suspected of more crimes. Oh my God. How it relates to the movie. Leatherface, the movie's main villain, wears a mask made of human skin just like Ed. Oh my God. He lived in an isolated farmhouse filled with bones and remains similar to the disturbing home in the film. Gavin lives in an isolated farmhouse filled with bones and remains similar to that in the film. Oh, sorry. The movie Chainsaw Element was a complete Hollywood fabrication. The chainsaw part was a fabrication. Gene never used a chainsaw. What did he use?
I don't know, but I need someone to watch horror movies with, because you're too scaredy cat.
I'm not going to watch them.
You're too scaredy cat for it.
Can you believe that? This person exhumed bodies to make furniture out of it. Oh my God, that's so nasty.
Echo thinks she can tell if someone is legit when it comes to understanding the spirit world just by listening to them speak.
What do you mean? What did I do?
Echo said she can tell if someone is legit when it comes to understanding the spirit world.
I don't understand it.
Just by listening to them speak.
I know, but what does that have to do with me and my speaking? Are you saying that I don't understand it? Because
I just read what Echo wrote.
I know, but I'm asking Echo what the reason is for his statement. God damn it. If I do that again, punch me in the face. Okay?
Wisconsin, the home of the late Ed Gein.
Ed Gein?
Gein. You showed me it.
Yeah.
It's Gein.
You wrote that. Oh, no, Annie did.
Yes.
What else is Echo says? What? Lean?
I already read that already.
Oh.
They're talking about
we
the
were
Warrens.
talking about the word. Okay, the Warrens.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Amity. Did I already do that?
No.
Amityville Horror. based on a true life events. The Amityville Horror in 1979 through 2005. Anybody know about the Amityville Horror one? Isn't that the one where the girl goes into the TV with the snow, the static or whatever?
I have no idea. I haven't
isn't
seen
that
it.
the one where they're back?
I haven't seen
Isn't
it.
that you haven't seen it?
No,
Amityville Horror?
no.
I think that's the one where the little girl goes, "They're back." Oh my God! Yeah.
Echo says, "Sir, if you don't stop misgendering me, I'm pulling out the voodoo dolls."
I am so sad. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. Absolutely.
What gender are you supposed to refer to then?
For Echo?
Yes.
Ma'am, miss, she.
Okay.
I keep screwing up. I do it with myself too, Echo. So, but you're right.
But when I do it, I sure hear about it.
Well, yeah, of course you do because you influenced me. I apologize. I deeply apologize. I am terrible at this. I don't know why. I'm not a good role model for the trans community. I don't
The
think.
Amityville story. Johanna says the Amityville story isn't true. The murders did happen, but the paranormal stuff is still a hoax.
What are you talking about? And hold on, I didn't even read it yet.
That's what Johanna wrote a while back.
I know, Joe. You got to wait though. You got to wait till I tell you what it is.
But she already knows.
Me and the fine Miss Echo got sidetracked by my blunders. The real story in 1970, Ronald Butch DeFaro Jr. murdered his parents and 4 siblings in the Amityville, New York home. A year later, the Lutz family moved into the house and claimed it was haunted by evil spirits. They reported horrific events such as slime oozing from the walls, ghostly figures, furniture moving, and invisible forces attacking them. Hell to the no! I would have left after the first thing that happened. Hell no! And invisible forces attacking them.
Right.
So they're just walking along, frying some eggs in the kitchen, and it's like, get attacked by invisible forces?
Uh-huh.
Shit, I'd be calling Echo saying, "Sweetheart, you need to come help me." Okay, where are we at here? How it relates to the movie. The film follows the Lutz family alleged experience, including whispering, "Get out." I've heard that a lot from my ex-wives.
That was a long time ago,
whisper,
wasn't
though.
it?
They yelled it.
Wasn't that a long time ago?
Yeah, it was. And the house itself seeming to possess them. The house possessed them.
Right.
One of the most infamous scenes, George Lutz walks up at 3:15 a.m., the same time the real murder occurred, was based on the actual reports from Lutz family. Paranormal investigator Ed and Lorraine Warren also studied the house, claiming it was demonically infested. Infested, not just one, infested, like,
Right.
like we have ants. They had demons.
Joe said the murders are sadly true, but the family that claimed it was haunted totally bullshitted everything.
Really? Really? Oh, man. So they did it to make money? Were they like hurting for money and they did this? I seem to recall hearing something about that. Skeptics argued that the Lutz story was exaggerated and some details were debunked, but believers insist the house held supernatural energy. Well, who knows? Okay, and then the final one that I have for today, but I will bring more because Joe likes them, and I like them too. I like to talk about them. I just don't like to watch them.
Johanna just watched a movie last night called Lisa Frankenstein.
Lisa Frankenstein?
It was pretty good.
Is that
she
like
said.
Frankenstein's niece?
Lisa Frankenstein.
I know. Is that like, what was Frankenstein's real name? He's got to have a name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or was he just made that way? I don't know. Okay, the real story based... Okay, I forgot to tell you what it was. The final one that I have is The Exorcism of Emily Rose in 2005. Real story. I don't know. I did not watch this movie. I've heard of it, but I didn't watch it. Real story based on the real-life exorcism of Annalisa? And what is that? Annalisa? Annalisia?
Annalise.
Annalisia?
Annalise.
Annalise Michael, a German woman who underwent 67
What?
67
Exorcisms?
That's a lot of 67 exorcisms. Why would it take so many? 67 exorcisms in the 1970s. Michael suffered from seizures and several psychosis, but her deeply religious family believed that she was possessed by demons. Despite medical treatment, she refused to eat and ultimately died from her malnutrition. Wow, she croaked. Wow, that's terrible.
She had nothing left to exercise.
Wow, you have 67 of them? That's got to be a bunch of bullshit. The film combined horror with courtroom drama following the priest accused of neglect, homicide for performing the exorcism. They charged the priest. The priest got charged for this shit, not the family.
Devilish Dog said it's Dr. Victor Frankenstein.
Dr. Victor Frankenstein. Did Frankenstein himself have a name, or was he like a bunch of body parts put together? So anyway, that was the fifth one I have. Joe, that was all for you.
Frankenstein.
Because you said something about you liked scary movies with zombies. Hey, boo. Hi, boo. Boo.
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yeah, the 67 exorcisms of Emily Rose.
Well, that's one of Johanna's favorites.
That movie?
Emily is a favorite actress of mine, she says. I know a life-based movie on the French politicians. It's called Idiocracy.
Echo, what do you know about exorcisms? She's into that kind of she's not into the exorcisms, but she's into the being possessed.
Voodoo.
Yeah, but in voodoo, she gets possessed by certain spirits. So she knows about the possession. What is the difference between somebody being possessed by a demon like that? And I know the things that you allow to possess you are not demons, I don't think. What is the difference between that, and why don't you need an exorcism to get it out of you when it does possess you?
Echo said I removed spirits all the time.
So you do exorcisms. Is that what she's saying?
Echo says I removed spirits all the time.
I'm not asking you. Is that what she's saying?
How would I know what she's saying? That's just
because you're smart and you got a cat in your lap.
I know. He's happy here. I removed spirits all the time, LOL. Yes, technically.
Technically, it's like an exorcism. Are these spirits that are unwanted in other people? Like,
the cat looks like you. Okay. Go ahead.
Cat wants my lap.
No, it says the cat looks like he wants to say something to Brooke.
He does. He wants to say, let me sit on your lap, bitch. That's where he likes to sit, on my lap, where he weighs like 900 pounds. He's a little pig.
No, he weighs about 12.
Come on, boo. Come on. Come here.
You're going to finish what you were doing?
Come here. Come here. You know you want to.
He's fine right here, unless you're going to mess with him.
He's purring. Big old fatty. I do like this cat. I'm not a cat person. I generally don't like cats, but I kind of like that one. He's kind of cool.
So Frankenstein created the creature, Dr. Frankenstein created the creature from parts. However, the monster never had a name.
The monster never had a name other than just carried the last name of the creator. Frankenstein. I am Frankenstein. Is it Steen or Stein? Or Stain? It's Frankenstein. It's Stein. Frankenstein. Just like I am called Dracula.
Yeah.
You know, that's based on a true story too. What does that do? What does that say right there?
What?
Wants to say something. Oh, it looks like the cat says wants to say something.
I'm already reading these. Don't worry.
This cat sleeps like I wake up and it's sleeping right on my chest, but its nose literally centimeters from my nose and just staring at me.
I think he sleeps through it.
And then we rolled this cat. I'm a restless sleeper. I roll all over the place. And the cat rolls with me. We just sit there, we just roll it, boy. Kitty, just a cool little kitty. He's a good cat. He's been with us for a long time.
So there's a big difference between those lower spirits that attach to people and the higher spirits that we serve, that we allow to inhabit us temporarily.
Is it possible to have a spirit inside you and not know it? Is it possible? I mean, like, let's say if you had a spirit inside you for a long time and you never knew it, it's like it had been there forever and making you do bad things and you didn't know because I'm looking for somebody to blame.
Well,
I'm not really. I mean, it's a real question. I really want her to answer if she can. I'm sure it is possible. Says Devilish Dog.
Annie says yes.
Who says yes?
Annie and
says
Echo
yes?
said yes. That's what those lower spirits do.
How do you know then if you're possessed?
And Devilish Dog said, I'm sure it's possible.
Wow, I don't know shit. I don't know shit. No, seriously, I'm in France. We have a real base horror movie.
Based on the killer of the Zodiac. By the way, he was never found and arrested in real life.
We had a Zodiac killer here too. Remember?
This is the killer of the Zodiac.
Isn't it sweet? Didn't we have a Zodiac killer here too?
Yeah, we did. But I don't know if it was here.
We had a Zodiac. Do you know all of our murderers are white people? Mass murderers? Serial killers are majority white. We're freaks. Freaky white people. And they're named Robert. Who do we have? We had the Ted Bundy and
oh God,
the Trailside Murderer.
There is no Trailside. You're just going through names of people, but everyone knows.
Sure, Echo, you can call in. Echo, we're ready for you. Yeah, the number's behind us. It's a different number than before.
It said phone went to voicemail. Maybe that's because we were already.
No. Because Echo, she's calling the other number. Echo, call this number. Can you see it?
669-377-3534. You should have left it up there where it's obvious. See.
You see how demanding she is, Joe?
Yeah.
Look at how she's treating me, Joe. How come you're not defending me? She's so mean to me all the time.
Okay, Devilish Dog's ready for Echo. Me too. Johanna says, I always referred to my addiction as my black sticky tar demon. I always envisioned it sort of like a venom from Spider-Man. The way it sticks and webs to me, the harder I struggled, the more I got.
Hey, wait a minute. What happened? I think I gotta, we have to do? We have to take this number and put it in one of the smartphones that we have. This one's ridiculous. You feel me?
Yeah, I do, but.
Sister from another mister. Try one more time, Echo. There we go. Answer. 1 second, and we gotta, let's see, hold on here. Hold on 1 second. We'll put you on speakerphone. Bam. Are you there?
Yes.
Hello, young lady. How are you?
Great.
So, teach us.
Okay. So there are many different types of spirits. The ones you're talking about, we refer to them as Job, DJAB. So Job or lower life form type spirits that are like spiritual leeches in a sense. They connect to people. Usually people pick them up a lot of times by certain environments. People will pick these up by being in chaotic environments around parents that argue maybe, or domestic violence. You can pick them up by going into a cemetery at night, by using drugs. There's so many different things that could weaken a person's spirit that allows these lesser life forms to come, well, the lesser spirits to come in and attach to someone. There are usually symptoms that are common when we speak to our clients. Some of them are firstly, they're usually very depressed. You can usually tell in their voice that they're going through the ringer. They'll see shadows out the corner of their eyes sometimes. They'll have issues with upset stomach, insomnia, of course, nightmares, anxiety. Because you have some of those doesn't mean you have a spirit attached to you, but those are the common symptoms of someone who has a job that's really influencing them.
Wow. Because I have all of those. Well, I don't, the night terrors have went away. But I mean, I was raised in an abusive household with an abusive stepfather and an abusive wife. I did drugs. I drank. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things, and it just makes you wonder, can they leave on their own?
Yes. A lot of times this happens to people. It's quite common. It's like getting dirty, right? I mean, you're bound to run into bad stuff as you pass through your life.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is with some people, they get attached and they can't get detached, right? And things that, we usually will, if it's minor, we'll usually prescribe certain spiritual baths that loosen those bonds. But when it's very serious, there are rituals that we do that, can forcefully remove those job at a distance, and we place it in a bottle, in a container here, and we store it until the next day, and then we get rid of it, because if we don't get rid of it, we start arguing here in the house. So it starts to affect us.
Wow, really?
After a while, yeah.
So let me ask you a question. It's going to sound silly, but I'm serious.
Sure, yes.
When I had the bottom surgery done, my night terrors went away.
Well, you see, a lot of that may have just been, psychologically related. It doesn't mean that there's a spiritual attachment, and I think one of the things what we do is, yes, those are symptoms, but we always do a reading to find out if there is spiritual attachment. I have a lot of clients that come to me and they're like, this one or that one said that I have a spirit on me, and that I usually tell them, well, we need to check that, because that's usually the first thing a lot of these scammers in the line of business that I do, that I am does, is they will tell someone they have a spirit on them and then want to charge them a ridiculous amount of money to take it off, and they're really not doing anything.
Can a spirit can it attach to like your balls?
To your balls? Typically, no.
Okay. I was just.
From my experience, I've seen them in different parts of the body. Usually, they will attach to the back of the neck, to the back of the knees. Sometimes
I got bad
I've seen
knees.
them in the belly or on the spinal cord. So there's different places they'll attach. I guess technically, one could. I've only remembered two jobs that was connected to sexual function, right? Well, I guess what you would call those is a succubus or incubus, which is
Ex-wifegus?
A spirit that it's like a sexual energy vampire, right? It'll pull the energy from a person in that way, and that's quite recorded in history and demonology.
Yeah, because I was just really, because I mean, I had horrible night terrors almost every single night until my surgery, and since then they've been gone, and I've just been trying to figure out where was that psychological connection that could break so cleanly, just with that.
Been due to gender dysphoria as well, that could have been a psychological instead of spiritual reason for that.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. And wait a minute, let's go back to the knees thing because I keep saying, I mean, I'm checking all these boxes off because just over the last couple months, now mind you, I walk miles every day for my whole life, and all of a sudden, both of my knees, it's bad, so bad that we went to the hospital for them. Both of my knees are like all of a sudden just giving out. What's going on?
So the points that I said, those are places that we're known that spirits are able to connect to or enter the body. Particularly the one with us when we get possessed, it's the back of our neck. In metaphysics, that part is called the astral matrix. It's the part, it's like a spiritual knot in the nape of the neck that basically connects the spiritual, astral, and mental body together. That if that was to be severed, the person would eventually die. That's one way that a person can be unalive with magic is by severing their astral matrix. But which will happen is spirits will enter, especially those spirits that we serve in our religion. They'll enter into that astral matrix, and basically, we don't call it possession. We call it being ridden, because a lot of the spirits that we serve in voodoo, they ride us like a horse more than possess us. They basically, it's like a driver of a vehicle, right? They push us into the back seat and they take over. And usually, you don't remember what happened. Sometimes, especially when you first start, it feels when you wake up like a dream. You know, when people see what you did, you kind of remember it as you would a dream.
So this is when you get possessed.
When I get possessed,
gotcha.
Or someone in my religion will get possessed, yes, by Loa. The Loa, LWA, or the Loa, those are the spirits that we serve and worship in voodoo.
Is that where you can drink like a whole bottle of alcohol and not feel the effects?
Absolutely. Some of them, many of them will show how strong they are, especially like the warrior spirits. Ogu Farai is one of the big ones in our house, and yeah, he'll possess and he'll down a whole bottle of 151. He'll eat fire. He'll lay in fires. I've been possessed and literally laid down in the coals of a fire and started like bathing in it, rubbing the coals on my arms. He can't be hurt, you know. Like you've seen in our video, there was a machete that I literally bent into my stomach. It's weird saying me because it wasn't me; it was just my body, right? I don't remember it happening.
So the human body is not subjected
to a vessel
hold on. The human body is not subjected to injury while they're possessed by this demon, this person, this thing, this entity.
We'll call them spirits.
Spirits.
Demons.
Yeah, I kind of correct myself. Yeah.
You know, there aren't all good. Most of them are, but we deal with only the good ones, right? I wouldn't even say the bad ones are bad. They're aggressive, right? There are spirits that are more for protection and war. They're what's called petro or hot spirits. So we do have access to those, but we tend to deal with the Radha spirits, which are the cool spirits in voodoo, which are helpful for things like love and money and healing and things like that.
So why do they jump on you and ride you?
They do it for the purpose of when this happens, it's usually in ceremony, what we call fete or festival, right? So a fete is a gathering of people in the religion, and what we do is we get together and we do certain ceremonial things that the Loa, have set forth for us to do in the religion. There are certain rules that we call reglema or regulations, and when we follow those rules, it opens the roads for the spirits to come, and they will possess us in order to use one of our bodies to physically communicate with everyone who's there, right?
So welcome them?
What's that?
You welcome them?
Absolutely, yes. You know, it's the reason for the fete, for any fete, is to contact them and to spend time with them. So they'll come in and they'll give blessings. You can ask for things. You can get healing. You can give offerings. You know, if a loa has helped you with something recently, and you know their Fed is coming up, you can go and bring them food and money and cigarettes. And
How about lottery numbers? Can we get some lottery numbers?
So the one thing that I know is I don't mess with the lottery stuff. There are reasons why that doesn't work well. But I have seen in Haiti what they'll do with a spirit called Dambala. Dambala is a serpent spirit, and when he possesses, he rolls around in the ground. So what they'll do is they'll actually light dollar bills on the ground.
That was so crazy, people. 12 o'clock on the dot. This phone went dead. That phone went dead. Boo, are you alive? That was crazy. Don't even know why that happened. I'm not being totally serious. I'm just... Okay, where is it? Answer. Options. Speaker. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, that was wild.
What's happening there is maybe I'm saying things I shouldn't say, right?
I don't know. It's funny because Kristine and I earlier tonight we said, okay, but we're gonna cut this off at 12 o'clock, right? And
12 over there.
yeah, and 12 on the nose. My YouTube feed stopped and the phone went dead. It was like, holy shit, that was spooky.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, well, we did make an agreement, so we are going to get off the phone. We're going to get off the internet, but we can pick this up again the next time we go live. It's very interesting.
Sure, definitely.
I have so many more questions to ask, and I'm sure other people do too, but I've been staying up way too late on the nights that I do these things, and it's becoming real hard for me in the morning, so I set a curfew tonight, and it's 12 o'clock, and I'm going to stick to it.
Echo, look for your box. It is on its way.
Yeah, your box is in the mail. For sure, for sure.
Yeah, because I sent it yesterday.
Yeah.
So whenever you want to do a call with me, just let me know ahead of time. That way I can be ready to get on as soon as y'all get on.
Absolutely.
Remember, it's 2 hours. I'm 2 hours behind you. So like it's 2 o'clock right now here, right?
So you're 2 hours ahead of us.
So that way, you know, I kind of like know, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Get on as possible so I can get off as soon as possible.
You betcha.
To get some form of sleep.
Yeah, we will definitely do that here coming up soon, because I mean, you have so much. I'm so interested in it, and I'm sure other people are as well. But thank you for calling. I appreciate it. But we're gonna let you go, and
right.
until next time. Okay, thanks, Echo. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, people. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate the heck out of it. And Devilish Dog, thanks for calling as well. We had 2 calls tonight.
We had a couple.
Rock on.
It's good that our people that we care about are safe and happy. That's what we heard from tonight, was all these people that we care about are safe and happy.
Oh, look at right just now. The person says they're back. Says, I'm back. Good people of the Forbidden Village. We're signing off. I promised myself I'd sign off.
Yeah,
at
Mr.
midnight.
88 was on the other night.
So I'm sorry, Mr. 88. Please come back. I'll be back on Monday night, and I'm gonna try to always shoot between 9:30 and good night, Debbie. Thank you for tuning in, Debbie and Annie and Joe and everybody else. I mean, oh God, I hate these goodbyes. I should not even say anybody's name. I should just say goodbye. But I'd like to thank everybody. So the next time will be Monday. I'm going to try to do it between 9:30 and 10 every time I come on, and with a curfew of midnight.
Right.
And that way I'm not complete, because the last time, what was it, Tuesday, I was completely exhausted. When I woke up Tuesday morning to go to work, I was wiped out. It was to the point where it wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
You know,
it was Monday night.
Monday night, I stayed awake. I don't think I got to bed and to sleep till almost 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, and I have to be at work on Tuesday at 8. So it's really hard for me. And I'm sure you guys understand. I am 60 years old, but thank you guys. We love you. We'll see you Monday. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Mr. 88, we missed
Mr. 88, I'm really sorry we missed you. Darn
but
it.
that's only because we've been doing these for so long that at 2 o'clock in the morning, everyone thinks that we're still on.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to make it earlier.
Maybe if I start doing them, maybe I'll start doing them on Sunday night, because I don't have to work Monday, and then I could stay awake later and
No,
not have to worry about it.
no. Why not do the Monday night starting at 8 o'clock
Because I
and
mean,
ending at 10?
if more people come on that, you know, the one, I don't know. It's up to you
Who
guys.
knows?
If you guys would like to see me stay on later, I can do it on a different night or whatever. Or if you like this time from 10 to 12, our time, Pacific Daylight Time, then let us know. Thanks a lot, guys. We love you. We appreciate every single one of you. We really, really do. You guys make it wonderful for us, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Good night, everybody. How do you turn this shit off? Oh, yeah. Stop. Stop.